Most entrepreneurs are building the wrong audience on YouTube. They're chasing subscribers, they're chasing views, they're chasing the algorithm, and then they wonder why months later they have a channel full of fans but not of buyers. Why they have 20, 30, 50,000 subscribers but no revenue to show for it. Well, the hard truth and honest truth is an audience of fans won't pay your bills. An audience of buyers will. And that's exactly why in this video, I'm gonna show you how to build an audience of buyers from day one, not by chasing virality, not by posting weekly just to stay consistent, but by creating the right type of content for the right type of people. But really quick, before we dive in, I built something completely for free that will make this even easier for you. It's a custom trained YouTube AI strategist that I personally built and trained even with other creators. Think of it as your on-demand YouTube brain. It'll help you brainstorm packaging ideas, structure videos, and design content that attracts the right clients, not just fans. So the link to grab that completely for free, again, it's in the description below. You can go grab it right now. Now, with that being said, let's talk about building an audience of buyers. And the way I wanna go through this video is basically breaking it up into steps. So step one is to stop optimizing for fans and start optimizing for clients. Because here's where most people completely get this whole entire thing wrong when it comes to YouTube. They create content to make people happy instead of creating content that attracts the right kind of people. Fans want to be entertained, but buyers want a solution. So if your content's designed to make random people click, laugh, or binge watch your content, but it doesn't lead them closer to solving a specific problem, then you're building the wrong audience. This is exactly why people can grow to 100,000 subscribers and still struggle to make a single dime. Their content was optimized for attention, not for alignment. And the fix to this is to reverse engineer your content from your offer and ask yourself, like, what would my ideal client need to see, to understand, or to believe before they're ready to buy from me? Because every video should play a role in answering one of those three questions. And the second step to this is to use the buyer journey content funnel. Now, the second step to this is to use a strategic funnel system that, by the way, shameless plug, that I talk about and show you how to implement in our 6-week kind of like YouTube bootcamp cohort, which starts September 15th. I'll put the link in the description below. But basically the way it works is instead of random uploads, think of your content like a funnel. You only need 3 types of videos to consistently move someone from stranger to client. The first one is authority content. So basically content that builds trust. And these videos answer why they should trust you. An example of this could be like client case studies. It could be breaking down your own wins, maybe behind the scenes of your process. A personal example is I've shown behind the scenes of how I actually make over $20,000 a month back and all organic from YouTube doing what I teach. So you could do something similar. And then next is like just having purpose, and then just try your best to position you as the authority that they'd actually want to work with. The second type of content is problem awareness content. These videos answer the question of why they need this. Examples of this could be contrarian takes like why posting weekly won't actually get you more clients, or maybe the mistake keeping your channel stuck at 500 subscribers or something like that, right? And the purpose of this is to wake people up to the pain that they're in so that they see you as the solution. And then the third type of content is really conversion content, which is where you have alignment between what you're saying and what your offer is. And these videos answer how can they move forward working with you? So examples of this could be frameworks, myth busting, or how to achieve outcome without common struggle or common pain point that they face. And again, the purpose of this is to align your system, your program, your offer with the exact outcome that your ideal buyer wants. And when you stack these 3 types of content, your channel becomes a buyer pipeline instead of a content treadmill. And by the way, somebody who talks about this, not in terms of YouTube specifically, but in like the whole social media space, is Tom Nosk. He has a video very similar where he actually broke down those 3 archetypes of content that I just talked about in way more depth and made it applicable for the whole social media landscape, where this video is much more applicable to YouTube specifically. But I just wanted to shout that out because that was a really valuable video. I'll put the link to it in the description below so you could watch it after. The third step is to understand that relatability beats any sort of perfection that you're worried about. Buyers don't just buy because you look smart. They buy because they believe they can achieve what you've achieved or what you're talking about. If all you show is super polished wins or perfect edits and highlight reels, people might admire you and it will work to a certain degree, but they won't trust you as much. Trust is built when they see themselves in your story. So share the setbacks, share the pivots, share the moments that you almost quit Because when they see the human side of your journey, they think, well, if this guy can do it, then so can I. Authority gets you attention, but relatability gets you buyers. Which brings us to the fourth step, and it's to sell more than you think. This is the one that really scares people, but it's the biggest difference between building an audience of fans, I guess, and building an audience of buyers. If you never make offers, your audience will never expect to buy from you. They'll just expect free forever. But if you consistently mention your program, your cohort, your offers, your lead magnets, not in a pushy way, but in a confident way, you train your audience to see you as someone they can invest in. And yes, some people will definitely unsubscribe or stop engaging with you, but that's fine because they're not the people we want to engage with us anyways. The people who we're never going to buy, they'll filter out. The ones who stay are the ones who respect you, who trust you, and will eventually buy from you. Selling consistently isn't annoying. It's really a leadership. Now, the reason all this works is because when you put it all together, you stop just creating random fan content and start creating content that's aligned with your offer. You have your content aligned with your audience, it's aligned with your offer. You can use these 3 video types that we talked about, and Tom Noss talks about in more detail in his video. And then you can build trust by being real, not perfect. And you can sell consistently so that your audience expects it. That's how you build an audience of buyers, not just casual viewers or people who will just tune into your content here and there. That being said, if you want help installing this entire system into your business, that's exactly what we're doing inside of the Content OS cohort. It's my 6-week live cohort starting September 15th. And inside of this cohort, what you'll actually walk away with having built is a packaging system that attracts the right clients for YouTube, a repeatable video framework that saves you time without sacrificing quality, a business backend that turns videos into booked calls and clients, and so much more. So instead of just chasing followers, what you'll walk away with is having a YouTube-powered acquisition or client engine. And if you want in, the link is below. We do have the seats capped at only 25 people, and we're almost filled up. So I highly recommend you go check that link out in the description below. Now, at the end of the day, building an audience of fans, it might feel good. The views, the likes, the comments, they're fun, but fans don't pay your bills. Buyers do. And if you want to build an audience of buyers, it's really simple. Create with your offer in mind. Create synergy between your audience, your content, and your offer. Use authority, demand, and conversion content all paired together, and be relatable. Don't be perfect. And don't be afraid to sell consistently, even if you feel like you're being pushy. Do all that and you'll build a channel that not only grows your audience, but grows your business, which at the end of the day is the most sustainable thing that you could possibly do. Now, I genuinely hope that this gave you a lot of value. Don't forget to go grab your free YouTube AI strategist in the description below to help you start mapping out all of this today. And if you're ready to go all in, then join us inside of Content OS before September 15th, because likes don't pay the bills, clients do. And with the right system, well, YouTube can bring you both on autopilot.